All right, this is question number 13. It has two graphs on it, and we're going to graph these pretty quickly. Before we can graph, we have to have them in the get another pen. We have to put them in the y equals mx plus b format. Now these are less than symbols and greater than symbols, so really these are like it's the same thing as having an equal sign, except we're going to put a less than or equal to sign. All right, so I got to get the y by itself. So if I look here, most of the time we're going to move the x over first. Move x first, okay? So this is a positive 4x. Now the positive is the number, the sign in front of it. So I'm going to subtract 4x to both sides. And so when I do this, and I did a terrible job of putting this here, I'm going to write it right here so we can see it better. And I'll do a different color. So since this is a positive 4x, I'm going to subtract 4x to both sides. And remember, 12 minus 4x is not 8x or negative 16x. Because think about it. You have $12, and I try to take 4 x's away from you. I mean, actual, the letter x's. Can I take 4 x's away from your $12? And hopefully you say no. All right. So you just write these down again since you can't really do the math. This becomes a zero pair, and this becomes a minus 3y. All right, now I have to still get y by itself. To get y by itself, I have to ask myself what's being done to y. Well, it's being multiplied by negative 3. The opposite of multiply is divide everything by negative 3. Now, this is a special rule, so watch out for this. It's a special rule, okay? Whenever you multiply or divide a negative, when you're doing inequalities, away from the variable, you flip the inequality. All right, so that means this sign is going to change like this. So here's my answer. It's going to be 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. Two negatives make a positive, and it's going to be 4 over 3x. Now we flip the inequality, and we put the y there. Now I could rewrite it like this, where the alligator's still eating 4/3 x minus 4. It's the same thing. These are the same thing. I just moved everything around, kept the signs where they are. So my y-intercept's negative 4, so it's right here. My rise over run is 4 over 3. That means I go up 4 to the right 3. So I go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, put a dot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, put a dot. All right, is my line going to be a solid line or a dashed line? Well, hopefully if you see that little bar there, that means equal to. And then we're going to draw our line, solid line like this. Now we have to learn to shade above or below. So you kind of look at it. Is y less than? Well, less means below. So we're shading below. All right, so don't forget, any point you pick on the shaded side is my solution. So this is my solution. Okay. Also, because it's a solid line, I didn't mention this before in the first video, any point you pick on a solid line is also part of the solution. Okay, so it's part of the true side. So this side is true, this side's false. All right, so this one, we're going to try to do this one real quick. So I'm going to subtract 3x to both sides. All right, and so these cancel out. I bring down my negative y. There's a negative on there, so you should realize you have to flip the inequality. Now, I can actually divide everything by negative 1 because there's an imaginary negative 1 here. So I'm dividing everything by negative 1. And when I do this, this becomes positive. We flip the inequality. Negative 4. Two negatives make a positive 3x. And now I'm going to graph this. So my y, negative 4. My slope is a 3 because I'm looking for rise over run. You gotta make it look like a fraction, so it's up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1, up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. My dot, look, my line is no bar under there, so this has no bar under it, so it's gonna be a dashed line. So I'm gonna do a dashed line. That means no point can be included on there, and it's less than, so that means I'm gonna shade below the line. Okay.